I remember calling my mom and I was like, I can't fucking see, like at night, like at all. And she was like, oh yeah, that's normal. And I'm like, okay, but when does that go away? And she's just like, it lasted a little while for me. Why the fuck did nobody tell me that? Hello honey bunnies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey honey bunny, how you doing? My name is Adriana, and if you're a returning subscriber, hello honey bunny, how you doing? So I wanted to come on the camera and do like a almost year checkup in terms of my LASIK surgery. I know people ask me tons of questions all the time about my LASIK experience and what I recommend it and do I think it's worth it. And I just want to sit down and do basically like a was it worth it for me. Again, this is not a sponsored video. I paid my hard-earned shillings for this surgery and I had it for my own reasons. And I would definitely recommend, if you are thinking about getting any type of cosmetic surgery, whether it be a BBL or LASIK surgery or anything cosmetic wise, that you do it for your own reasons and weigh your own pros and cons before you go hopping into somebody's chair. And always make sure you do your research too, because people don't do their research apparently and then be walking around looking like a blow up sex doll, but that's neither here nor there. So if you want to see my pros and cons about my LASIK surgery, then just keep watching. So I'm gonna basically go through, I think about 3 or 4 categories. Is going to be cost, pain and healing, and any after effects that I had due to my surgery. So it's really like 3 categories. But yeah, so first thing first, we're going to jump into cost. I went to Beach Eye Institute, which is in Virginia Beach of Virginia. I went to that particular location because my mom has also had LASIK surgery before, and that was the location that she went to. She had an awesome experience, raved about it consistently. So after doing my own research and talking to her, I decided to go to that institution to get my LASIK surgery. I think my surgery was $3,500. I'm like 99% sure that's how much it was. They have different payment plans that some institutions, if you want to get the surgery, they have certain payment plans they can recommend to you. They also, I know a lot of institutions also recommend the Care Credit, which is like a credit card that you can put your medical expenses on and make monthly payments towards it. Me personally, I paid for mine off of a credit card so I could get obviously the credit card points since it was such a big purchase. So that is how I paid for my surgery. And also for the procedure that I got the Smile procedure, which is still a form of LASIK surgery. The only really big difference is the Smile procedure is a less invasive procedure, just because they use a smaller cut than the LASIK, like the traditional LASIK. I'm not really sure how my doctor recommended that. Don't ask me how do you qualify for one and don't qualify for the other. I'm not really sure. That would be a conversation that you would have to have with your specific doctor, but that was the surgery that I had. Now next category, pain and healing. The surgery didn't hurt. So when you first get there, at least for my specific procedure, when you first get there on the day of surgery, they actually give you these eye drops. They give you these eye drops. My specific institution gave me like a little care package that had like a discount on sunglasses in it. It had like some color blocking type of sunglasses that you have to put on after your surgery, and like some little odds and ends things that they gave in the kit. But I do remember that they did use numbing drops on my eyes. They put them in before they put me in the room, because I had to sit in a room for like 5 or 10 minutes to let the eye drops start working. And I do remember that they did put in eye drops right before like they started the surgery, so I didn't feel it. I actually didn't feel it at all, which is kind of crazy because you would think that that's the procedure they put you to sleep for, but I was awake the whole time, and I didn't feel anything. And even after the surgery, I didn't really feel anything. They did give me 2 eye drops that I did have to go pick up, I think the day before the surgery. It was like an antibiotic, and not sure what the other drop was for, but I remember it was 2 drops that I had to use in my eyes before the surgery and after the surgery. But yeah, pain was minimum to none. And even with the after healing, like after I got my surgery, I went home, went to sleep, woke up, and there was very minimum discomfort. Any pain that I did have, I think they just recommended like the over-the-counter generic type of stuff, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. Like it really was not nothing too crazy, like at all. So it was very, very painless in my experience, because then again, boo-boo, I do got a high pain tolerance, so a lot of stuff to me don't hurt as bad as it do for other people, but I know for me personally it did not hurt. Also, my surgery was less than 30 minutes. I feel like from the moment I walked in the door to the moment I left, it was about 30-ish minutes. I did have to take my baby love with me because she drove me home afterwards. I will say that's pretty much a con, because you really can't drive yourself home afterwards. Like your vision is fucked. Like for the first 24 to 48 hours, you really cannot drive. Even if it's broad daylight, I just feel like I wouldn't have been able to make it home. I did have my surgery a little bit further away from home. At the time I did live in Richmond. I have a whole video that I did, like a vlog typey video that I filmed, I think the day of my surgery and then the day after. I'll put the link in the description box, but I did kind of vlog some of it. But yeah, my baby love had to drive me home because I could not see. So that's kind of a con, because if you don't really have somebody to drive you home, I mean, you can take a taxi if you're really, really close, but I lived almost an hour and a half away. It was no fucking way I was gonna pay for a taxi all the way home with no vision. So that's to your discretion, boo-boo. I consider that kind of a con, but I mean, it is surgery, so what do you expect, kind of, sort of. Yeah. But the healing was pretty quick. I feel like I was pretty much healed in like a month. But one of my biggest cons, me personally, I could not see at night for a long time. I could not. And when I got my surgery, I remember it was around daylight saving time, so it got dark very, very fucking early. It got dark at like 5 or 6 o'clock. I had to be in the house before that time. If I wanted to go anywhere outside of that time frame, my baby love had to drive me. I couldn't fucking do it. And I know I remember calling my mom and I was like, I can't fucking see, like at night, like at all. And she was like, oh yeah, that's normal. And I'm like, okay, but when does that go away? And she's just like, it lasted a little while for me. Why the fuck did nobody tell me that? I don't feel like they told me when I went to go get my surgery that I was not going to be able to see at night for like a month. Like, I feel like it was the longest month of my life. I couldn't, like, I had to be home super fucking early. Now, I could see during the daytime, like maybe like a week after my surgery, I was good. But nighttime, fuck no. I would have hit the red-nosed reindeer, because where we was living at in the time, we was living back in Timbuktu land, so I was bound to hit somebody or something at night with my vision. So just be aware of that. If you love nightlife, boo-boo, you're not gonna be able to drive no motherfucking where after the sun goes down for the first month. So that's neither here nor there. If you're a homebody, it really wouldn't matter. I just know for me personally, it got on my mother loving nerves. Okay. And another thing that was a con for me was those eye droplets that they give you. You do have to use them for a while. I think you have to use them for like 3 or 4 weeks after your surgery. I'm not 100% sure, but I do remember that every 5 fucking minutes I was putting eye drops in. Like every 5 minutes. I think I had to put in my eye drops like 3 or 4 times a day after I got my surgery. Annoying. I mean, I get it. Want to make sure you don't get an infection, want to make sure your eyeball don't pop out your damn skull, but it was just too much for me. Like, it was too much. The drops were just too fucking much. And then especially after you get your surgery, you do have to make sure your eyes are lubricated, so I had to go get a whole box of eye drops, which I still have. They do last for forever, but you do have to go get like your own brand of eye drops, because they will come in clutch. Oh my god, they're so important, which I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But you're gonna need them damn eye drops, baby. So my biggest pet peeve that I've had from my surgery is I have very, very, very chronic dry eyes. Like, my eyes be so motherfucking dry, y'all, it don't make no sense. Apparently my doctor told me that the reason my eyes be so dry is because I don't sleep with my eyes all the way closed, which I never knew that, so that was news to me. But apparently I don't sleep with my eyes all the way closed, so that contributes to my reasoning too of why I have dry eyes. But y'all, I'm telling you, my eyes is dry as fuck. Like, drier than a motherfucker, drier than the Sahara Desert, baby. Dry. Like, if I wake up in the middle of the night to go use the bathroom, I almost can't open my motherfucking eyes, they so dry. Like, for real, they so dry. So you need to get you some eye drops if you think about getting this surgery. I know not everybody has that experience, but my facialist that I was seeing around the time that I got my surgery, after I got my surgery, I went back and she noticed I didn't have my glasses on. I was like, yeah, I got Lasik, blah 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 blah. And she was saying how a lot of her, like, I guess clients have also gotten the surgery and all of them complain about dry eye. I don't know what the fuck they do to your eye that make it so dry, but baby, your eyes gonna be dry as hell. Don't even take my word for it. If you get the surgery or if you've had the surgery, put it in the description box below, because I know your ass got dry eyes. I know you do. You cannot convince me that your eyes are not dry. You can't convince me. And then the other thing too was that my eyes, I never really had bad dry eyes until I got that surgery. Like, until I got that surgery, I had never had dry eyes before. So I don't know what the hell was going on, but my eyes are dry than a motherfucker. Okay? Okay. But I feel like for me, I definitely feel like taking the cost into effect, or taking the cost into comparison with the other benefits of the surgery, I definitely recommend it. Like, because I have been wearing glasses since I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. So damn near my whole life. I got the surgery last year when I was 21. I think I was 21. Jesus, I can't even remember how old I was last year. But yeah, I got the surgery last year when I was 21, and it's a life changer. Like, even with all the little like cons and stuff, now I can finally go into a place and be able to get sunglasses without them having to be prescription. And me personally, I couldn't wear contacts. I fucked my eyes up when I was in middle school because I was wearing the contacts that you could like put into the solution and put them back in, or you could sleep in the contacts, like those ones that you could use for I think a month or something like that. 2 weeks to a month, I forgot how long it was. But I was using those contacts, and one day I went to go use them, and my eyes was like, it was the most painful thing ever. Went to the eye doctor, and apparently I fucked my eyes up by using those. They should have had me on dailies, but the ones they put me on wasn't dailies, so I kind of fucked my eyes up. So I was not a candidate of contacts, so that pretty much left me with glasses or get surgery. I did not want to wear glasses for the rest of my life. It's very aggravating because every time I wanted to get a pair of sunglasses, cute sunglasses, I had to go online and get the ones with prescription because I couldn't wear contacts, and that shit adds up. And yes, I understand that $3,500 is a lot of money, but just think of it as an investment, because if you're going to wear glasses or contacts for the rest of your life, the surgery kind of pays for itself within like 5 years. Like, come on now, the math is mathing. Like, it has to be making sense. I definitely feel like it was worth every single fucking penny that I paid. And would I do it again? Most definitely. I'd probably do it when I was 18 instead of 21, because that surgery saved my life. Like, y'all, I don't even think I was doing YouTube when I was wearing glasses, or I might have been. If you go far enough back on my channel, you probably see me wearing glasses, because I used to wear glasses. But now I don't wear glasses no more. Don't wear contacts. I can walk into a store and get a cute pair of sunglasses and not have to worry about it. I 100% think it is definitely worth the money. I really do. I think it's worth the money. It's the best investment I've ever made for myself. And if you're thinking about getting it, baby, you need to weigh your pros and cons and find you a good, reputable eye doctor in your area to get your surgery done. And if you want to get it, boo-boo, it's going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Mark my words. But make sure you have your eye drops, baby, because your eyes going to be dry than a motherfucker. Okay? Okay. But yeah, that's basically the end of this video. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, honey bunny. And I will see y'all in the next video.